friends, it's Nancy. I had a question about how I've got my camera set up for filming my videos. So this is my desk, and right next to my desk I have a tripod. And on top of the tripod I have this clamp. So it's clamped on to the top of the tripod, and then it has a flexible arm, and it goes in this clamp. My phone goes in this clamp. Let's see if I can do it at the same time. Oop. So sometimes I have to twist it a bit to get it square here. Okay, no more wiggling. I'm going to pull out just a bit. Whoops, that's in. Here's out. Okay, and I'm going to move the cord so that you can't see it. Okay, so I hope that answers questions. As we discussed yesterday, I have now got this completely pressed and raring to go. And my first thought was I'm going to use a big envelope as the base. But I've changed my mind because this is use it or lose it. These are little separators from the inside of an accordion folder. And I thought, oh, well, they're thin, but if I glue two together, that will make a nice base. And they are about 15 inches wide and about 10 inches tall. So I will be cutting them down to a more reasonable size. All right, let me clear off the desk so we can get to work. And oh gosh, we better talk about the treasure chest as well. So just hang on. So I've had some questions about how a person can enter the drawing for this treasure chest of unique items, and if there's any qualifiers. So on January 22nd, I am going to take a look at the comments from each video since I posted let me see if I can say it again. Comments on videos since I announced the giveaway. I will randomly select a comment from each video since that announcement. And then once I have the names of those commenters, on the 22nd, I will draw a name from that. So I guess what I'm saying is, yes, you can go back, and if there is videos that you haven't seen and commented on yet, you can absolutely do that now up until Friday. We're getting there. And then that will increase your chances of being able to enter, because you'll have more entries. So this is a vintage card of buttons. I saw something really cool on Instagram the other day. It's on my phone, so I can't show you, but I'll try to link below, where the person had like the button card with the button still on it and had added fabric and lace and stuff. It was really neat, and I saved it so I can take a crack at it later. All right, so this is definitely getting full. I hope the person who gets this will enjoy every single bit in here. Okay, now let's get started on the tablecloth. Okay, so I took two of those dividers from the accordion file, glued them back to back, and then trimmed it down to 9 inches tall by 12.5 inches wide. And I'm going to grab my scoreboard and we'll do a little bit of scoring. So I'm going to score at 6. Oop. And I'm going to turn it over and score again from 6. Now I could have just moved over to 6.5, but just in case I made any errors in cutting. There, that's fine. And it scored exactly where I marked it with my pencil. So good for me. All right. Now, one of the things I'm concerned about is color, because the brown might show through. So let's just take a look and see if it does. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. And even if it does show through a bit, it's going to be consistent, right? So I'll turn this over. And I'm just going to mark a straight line. Well, mark a straight line. Oh, this is upside down for me. So I want it to be just almost next to the this kind of scroll thing. Like maybe a 1/4 inch. So I'm just drawing some lines that will tell me where to plant my cover. Okay. And then on the bottom, more or less the same. But I want it 90 degrees against this line. So that's what I'm going to use to navigate where I plant this. So I'm going to use aerosol glue for this one. Should score these folds, or make sure those folds are folded. Now you could use an envelope for this. You could use a business letter, like a legal size envelope. I'm sure there's lots of options. So I am going to use aerosol glue and then pop that down. Okay. So I'll pause again. Okay, so I've got this glued down and I've trimmed it, about 1/2 inch. So the next thing I want to do is, I better show you. This is the leftovers. And there's a little bit of embroidery left. So I'm keeping these in case I want to make something, you know, a tag, or if I want to make a pocket. So I'm just going to set these aside. We'll decide about that later. The glue that I used is Elmer's spray adhesive. There's that bull again. I use this I have a paper. I don't know if this will show or not. So I have this cardboard box and I've got some crumpled up paper in the bottom. And so I'll lay the piece that I want to glue and then glue it. And that way with it resting on the crumpled paper, it's not going to stick, or the surface will be very minimal of it going to stick. And then I'm able to not make a mess, and not have to leave the room. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to turn these edges. And the reason why is because I want to add lace to the edge. So I will use my glue. I'm going to cut some of the bulk out. Now you'll notice I'm not going right down to that corner because I don't want it to fray. I'm just taking some of the bulk out. I'll grab some of my some of my binder clips here. So I'll start in the corner here. I'm just going to turn this up. I'm not too concerned about the overall stickiness because I am going to do some sewing. But I am going for neatness. Because I want the overall product to be neat and tidy. If I was super concerned about bulk, I might take out some of these stitches. But I'm not super concerned. If it was heavily embroidered, I might pick out some of those stitches. Hope everybody's doing well. What's today? Today is Tuesday. And we're getting snow. Looks like we had quite a lot overnight. I think Doug's ready to buy a snowblower. Okay, that's good. I'm going to trim a little bit of the bulk. And again, I'm not going right to the edge. I'm just trimming out these little V's to reduce some of the bulk so that the spine will bend back and forth easier. We're still on extra precautions here. My local thrift stores are doing some online selling. So they are posting pictures of certain items on their website or on Instagram and Facebook. So I just happened to look at Instagram this morning, and there was a pair of lamps that I want. So I called them and said, I want those lamps. And she said, okay. So I did an e-transfer, and so it's already paid for. I just need to go to the store and ring the bell, and they will bring them out to me. So that's cool. It's cool that I'm able to still, get some good deals. It's not cool that I can't, wander around and look at everything. She's like, do you know where our store is? Yep. I'm just using my pin to flatten that fold out. Okay. Yep. They've had, the other store, they've had some really nice handbags. They had a Kate Spade on there this morning. That was lovely. But it got snapped up pretty quick. All right, that looks nice and neat. I didn't use, you could use this kind of glue on the front, but I preferred to use the spray adhesive so that there was no leak through of the glue. And it's just faster, in my opinion. But, I could have used just a glue stick because I am going to be sewing. So the glue would have just tacked it down. Okay, this one I'm going to put a little pin on just to flatten it a bit. A little tension from the bulldog clip. So I'm continuing to go through bins, of textile type stuff. I thought I had one more box that had like upholstery samples in it. So when I got up this morning, I dug that box out. That was going to be my challenge du jour. And I found 2 more boxes. But I think that will be the end of just the stuff that I've been storing. But I will need to go through the boxes that I have. Like I have photo boxes full of lace that's on binding bobbins. So I'm going to need to go through that. Okay. Next, I want lace, and I'm going to use the lace that was on the tablecloth. Okay. I want to find a corner because I want to cut it at the corner. I think that was the corner. That'll be okay. That'll be fun. Okay. So with crocheted lace, this has already been ironed. There's a good side and a bad side. On the bad side, well, the wrong side, the appearance of the stitches, it's rounder, bumpier. I'm not sure how to explain that. And on the correct side, the right side, it looks less dense. I'm not sure how else to describe this, but only somebody who crochets would really know what's the right side and the wrong side, I'm guessing. So I'm not too concerned about it. I will just pick whatever side I like the best, and it's going on to, yeah. I'm going to figure out where I want to cut this. I'm going to cut it right here. And I'm going to start at the bottom center, because I don't want the join to show too much. So I could, do it at the top center. I could do it at the back, whatever. But for the purposes of this video, okay. These longish strings, that's where the hook went through the fabric and the lace was directly crocheted onto the tablecloth. It wasn't like they sewed it on later. It was a direct I'm looking for a pokey tool and I don't see one. It was a crochet direct onto the fabric. So I left those on because I thought that might help keep it from raveling. Speaking of that, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this white glue here to this edge, just in case it shows. And the art glitter glue dries clear, so it's not going to show. It's not going to shimmer. It's too far away from my face to actually see it, but okay. So the corners can be tricky, but we're just going to take our time. I'm going to see if I can stretch this out, because it seems to bend better when it's at sort of this V shape here. So that'll make it around the corner just a little easier. Okay. Turn, turn, turn. All right. Sticky. It's a sticky job, but somebody's got to do it. There we go. Now this time, I'm not stretching. I'm trying to ease in lace so that it's, again, going to turn here at this corner. So just ease in that lace so that it's perfect. And getting tired of watching this part yet? So at this point I want to think about a closure. And what I'm thinking is I will do a large button on the front and some silk ribbon sewn into this edge so that when it closes you can just wrap the ribbon around the big button. That's my thoughts. So I'll want to do those two steps before I apply the inside cover. I have some fabric chosen for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think I can stretch this a bit because the ease looks a little sloppy. Maybe not. Oh, well, we had 3 corners work. Can't have everything. Yeah, easing it to put 7 of these little thingies on there. It looked kind of sloppy. Okay, so we'll just have to be careful turning this. I say we, but I mean me. Okay. It's sticking to my fingers. Come on, you. Get up there. I'm going to just peel this back a bit and try to gather in some of the width. So it meets just a little nicer there at that meeting spot. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. See that? It hardly shows. I'll just add a little more of this art glitter glue to attach those to each other. Okay. The next, as I said, the next part that I want to do is some ribbon. So I might want to choose green, I might want to choose pink. I could even choose that yellow color. Close. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm wondering, oh, I think it's going to be strong enough. I'm going to leave it a double thickness so that maybe I should add a bead to that, like a pearl. Let me see what I got. Okay, I found this little pink pearl that's already on a thing, you know, a thing. So I'm just going to put this bead here. This is the back, so I'm going to find the center of the back. Oh, I was going to say, how is this only 8.5 inches? It's 9. It's okay, Nancy. Calm down, my girl. Okay. I'm going to use a piece of tape to hold the ends down. And then I'm going to use, I've got a piece of scrap here. I'm going to put lots of Fabri-Tac on there and hold it down like that. So as I finish this part, I'm going to stop this video for now. I do want you to know that I do have 2 pieces of this tablecloth, the exact same size as it was originally in this video before I cut it down. I will offer those on my Etsy as well as enough lace to do the edge so that you can do the same project. But I only have 2. That being said, I'm at the same time, so I'm going to sew a button there, and then this ribbon will get wrapped around it. Does that make sense? I have, I'm working on this vintage quilt. I'm going to make a soft cover journal out of this. So what I'm doing right now is, because it was really crappily machine stitched, I'm picking out all these old machine stitches, and this is going to be a slow stitch project for me. I'm going to do some hand stitches. But I have, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. They're bigger. I've cut this down to the size I want to use. I will list those on my Etsy. I also have a few other linens that I'm going to be listing. So I have some napkins. I think there's 4 here that could be used in junk journaling. This is another set. 2, 3, 4. I've got 5, 6 of those. So these would make excellent pockets, like I did in the Alice in Wonderland journal. I got another 4 here. So they're all embroidered, and I have some hand towels. So I've got 3 that are green, 3 that are pink, and 2 that are white. I'm not telling you. This is not handmade. It's machine embroidered. It's a pillowcase, and it has this beautiful rose and some scalloped edging. So that's a pillowcase. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tablecloths. That all have embroidery on them. I'm thinking, I'm not ready to list these yet because some of them are heavy. So I'm thinking I might want to cut them down into a journal size to just sort of mitigate the shipping costs. The cotton ones aren't too bad, but the linen ones are, like, that one's quite heavy. This one's got some beautiful trim on it. This one I could probably let go. So it looks like this was never finished. 3 corners have baskets, but the 4th corner only has, well, maybe it was finished because there's no other markings for it to be embroidered. And this pink linen one has roses in every corner. So I'm not ready to list those, but the other things, the napkins, the pillowcase, and the hand towels, I have listed those. If you have any particular thoughts, oh geez, there's a bug on my table. Hello, little bug. There, you've seen me do murder. I don't even know what that was. If you have any particular thoughts that you would like to have the full tablecloth and you don't mind paying, I mean, it could be $15 in shipping if it's over 500 grams. Let me know. We can discuss that. That being said, I've still got 2 bins of linens and 1 bin of upholstery fabrics to go to yet. So there's always the possibility that I've got a lot more that I will be listing on Etsy. So thanks so much for joining me this morning. Next steps will be I'm going to sew around the edge, the complete perimeter, and then the next time we will start assembling the papers and sewing in the signatures. Okay, so thanks so much again for joining me. We'll talk to you again.